This is not associated with antisocial personality disorder. It's something else. It's something else. But I had delusional thoughts at various times. Like the first time I remember I was watching a line of ants. I was probably like 7 or 8 or something like that. I was watching a line of ants march along beside a lake. And it became clear to me all of a sudden that ants actually control the world and that they had tricked human beings into thinking we were in charge. Mm-hmm. And there's no, here's the evidence that that's based on. It just like suddenly becomes clear to you. It's like really weird. So I can kind of understand like crazy people with delusional thoughts because I've had them. It's like, do you remember those? They're popular in the 90s. They were like those, I think they're called auto stereograms, but I forget what they're called on the popular level, but they were just pictures with like designs on them. If you stare at them long enough and let your eyes go out of focus, like an image will come
magic
out.
Eye.
Magic eye. The magic eye things. It was like that. You're staring at it and I don't see anything. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. And then, whoa, it pops out. It's like that. It's like that over and over again. But like, so at that point it was ants control the world and then it would go away. It would go away 10 minutes later or something like that. But then eventually it was, I thought, cats and dogs controlled the world and that they were actually like in our houses to keep an eye on us and stuff like this and maintain their control. And so there were those kinds of things. And then like all of 10th grade, I thought I controlled the weather. And like it would rain. I'd be like, how did I just make that happen? Mm-hmm. And I was trying to figure out how I was controlling the weather without realizing I was controlling the weather. And then,
did you share this with anybody?
I would run my mouth, but they just thought I was running my mouth. It's like, yeah, don't worry about the rain. I'll take care of it and blah, blah, blah. Right. They just thought I was like, just running my mouth.
Right.
And then I was 18 and I thought that I was part of an experiment and everyone's like conspiring. Everyone in the world is in on the experiment except for me. And those kinds of thoughts. So those kinds of delusional thoughts I had, I had along the way. That's different from antisocial personality disorder. So had a couple of problems along the way. But over time, with the not having the same emotional reactions, I concluded that I'm in a completely different category. I've evolved to a higher stage of humanity. Everyone else is beneath me. And then I read Crime and Punishment. And it was a few times before then that I thought that I would read something or I would hear a song or something, and I would think it was speaking directly towards me. It could be a song, and I would hear, no, that's telling me specifically something. Crime and Punishment was like, it was all of a sudden, it was big. It was like, and it makes no sense. Keep in mind, I'm a complete atheist, a naturalist. It makes no sense for me to be getting messages from the universe or something like that. But that's just what I thought. It doesn't make sense. Looking back, it didn't make any sense, but it makes perfect sense to you while you're there. So reading Crime and Punishment, you got Raskolnikov and he does all this stuff and he's got his Superman theory and then he does it and then he turns out he's a little weakling and he actually can't hack it.
So that was the point you drew from that story.
Yeah, that's not him. He had the correct theory, but it's not about him. It's about me. And it's from think about this. I'm some dude from a trailer park in West Virginia thinking I'm like the most advanced human being in the world, and that the universe is sending me a message telling me I'm beyond everyone else's like morality and rules and I don't have to follow any of this stuff. I'd already concluded that. It's like confirmation, like, and the universe is telling me I'm right, which makes no sense given my worldview. So that just convinced me everything I'm doing is right. I'm not bound by anyone's rules. I never felt like it, like I should be bound by anyone else's rules. But now it's like I've got this separate confirmation of everything I've concluded up to before then. And so anyway, gotten a lot of trouble along the way, but I eventually attacked my dad with a hammer. I hit him in the head 7 or 8 times with a hammer. I thought he was dead. I left him for dead.
Did you have a reason for doing that?
Yeah, just like it was like a final. I felt like was he mean to you or? He had been mean to. There was no reason. It was not, I'm really mad at you or something like that. It was it was. I can describe it. It was like every time I was following a rule, even if it was just like required, like if David, here's what you have to do, I felt like I was somehow polluted, like something had been added to my pure awesomeness and you had added something to me. And so I had this inclination to just, whatever you're trying to make me do, like do the opposite. And I would get this feeling of freedom whenever I would do the opposite. So it's a rule, you can't do this. You can't break into a store, you can't do this, you can't steal that and stuff. And every time I did, it felt good. Like, here's the real me. Here's the real me. I've gotten rid of that pollution that you tried to stick into me with your inferior nature and so on. But you have to keep upping the game, right? And so eventually it's I'll kill my own dad, and then that's going to be like the real me. Then I'm pure. I'm done with it. What else can I do after that? What else can I do after I've done that? And that's going to be like the real D Wood, completely unpolluted from the world that's constantly trying to pollute my pure awesomeness or whatever you want to call it. Just and so.
Did you plan the attack? Was it a sort of spontaneous decision?
I was planning other things, and then that's what I decided would be like. I was thinking like I started studying bomb building and things like that. Back then, you could just walk into a bookstore and get books on like bomb building and stuff like that. And like you get the anarchist cookbook, you get the simple stuff, but then you're like pyrotechnics and teaching you how to like make fireworks. And then if you modify it this way and stuff. And I was buying books on disguises and stuff, how to disguise yourself to do all this. And but I was just thinking like, what am I going to do? Kill a bunch of people I don't even know? Anyone could do that. Anyone drops a bomb on a place just does that. So like,
too easy.
Yeah, got to be closer, right? So I was living with my dad at that point, and okay, this is the real. This is how you really go about it. So planned that, and so I attacked him with a hammer, left him for dead.
Was he asleep? Was he?
Yeah, he was asleep. He woke up while I was doing it, but yeah. So then left there, went to it was Thanksgiving morning.
Did you try to kill him?
Yeah, I thought he was dead.
Yeah.
I didn't know you would survive.
No, I wouldn't either.
I was about 235 pounds. I didn't know you would survive a 235-pound dude hitting you 7 or 8 times in the head with a ball-peen hammer.
Yeah.
I thought you were dead. I thought you'd be dead from one hit.
Yeah.
So 7 or 8 to seal the deal.
Okay, so you did that, and then?
Yep. Then went to that was in Virginia. So then that was probably like 3 a.m, Thanksgiving Day, 1994. Drove, and I was just going to go have Thanksgiving dinner with the rest of my family that day.
Didn't feel anything? Didn't feel any remorse or any?
No.
Just excitement, maybe?
No, it was, I mean, I thought there was going to be some awesome feeling of the ultimate freedom and stuff like that, but it was just, there was just no feeling. There was no good or bad feeling. It was just like blank.
Were you
it was like
afraid of being caught?
I didn't want to get caught, but no, that's the thing. It's like once you what can you do to me? That's why I said it was better to never punish me than to punish me, because once you punish me, always it was like, this is all you can do to me. And so by that time it's, I don't want to get caught, but what if you do? I was like repulsed by the idea of doing what everyone else did. And that meant like the whole pattern of life. Okay, so you start off and you got kindergarten, then you go through 12 years of school, and then you decide you go get a job, or do you go to college? And then if you go to college, and then you have your career, and then you work for 30 or 40 years, and then you retire, and then you're old and you sit around. It's like, why do I want to do any of that? Why? Because you guys do? Because you guys have decided this is the pattern. The guys who come up with the rules that I'm supposed to follow, then you come up with like the entire pattern of life that I'm supposed to follow. Why? Why wouldn't I just do whatever I feel like doing? And if you can do something in response, so what? It doesn't really matter. And so, turns out my dad survived. And so first they put me in a mental hospital. That's where they concluded that I had no idea what antisocial personality disorder was. When they eventually gave me my diagnosis, I just thought it meant I'm not very social. It's like, yeah, people are disgusting, right? Of course, that's not what they mean. That's not what they mean at all. So, so I end up in jail because antisocial personality disorder, that's not something you stay in a mental hospital for. That's something they lock you up for. If you've done something. But it's not like being schizophrenic or something like that where they keep you in a mental hospital. Tons of people in jail and prison have antisocial personality disorder.
Thank you very much for watching that Pints with Aquinas clip. If you like it, do me a favor, click like and subscribe, and please offer a Hail Mary for the work of Pints with Aquinas and all the people we're trying to reach. God bless you.